the practice of Dhamma, you could say, is our duty. It's a necessary duty. When we come to talk about the practice of Dhamma, you can compare it with perhaps a farmer who wants to grow fruit from trees, fruit trees, for commercial reasons. Usually people produce fruit these days for commercial reasons. They want to sell in the market or something. There's not much just in the way of the old days, people going into the forest to gather fruit in a natural way. So when a farmer grows fruit, he has the desire, the wish to produce fruit for sale. And he has to use his knowledge, his experience to grow fruit in the right way, in a good way. He has to look at the quality of the earth and the different conditions that will lead to successful fruit production. What kind of earth is suitable, the weather, the water, and so on. He has to find a place where the conditions are just right for producing the kind of fruit he wants. Then once he's chosen the right spot, then you'll have to dig the earth. You have to prepare small trees, saplings of the fruit trees of the kind he wants, and then plant them out. Once they're planted, you'll have to give them food, meaning fertilizer, the right amount of fertilizer, the right kind of fertilizer. Have to ensure that they get the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water, and protect them from pests, from insects and so on, who might destroy the plants or the fruit. And if the farmer is very diligent, works hard and looks after his plants for many months, and there's no particular obstacles, then eventually the plants will grow, the roots will go down into the earth, and fruit will come at the tip of the branches once the tree has matured. And this is when the farmer will get the fruit that he wants for eating or for selling. As Dhamma practitioners, we have to know how to perform the different duties that make up the practice. We have to know each duty and how to do it well, just like the farmer growing the fruit tree. We have to nourish our practice well in the right way. There might be difficulties and obstacles during the practice, but we should see this as normal. No one can live in this world without obstacles or difficulties. All of us have bodies, so we're all subject to illness, aches and pains, we all get tired. But these aren't particularly big obstacles or impossible obstacles. They just require us to know how to adjust and deal with them in the correct way. Just like the farmer with his plants, he knows how to protect them and nourish them in the right way. The farmer even has to know how to protect the ripe fruit when it's still on the tree, because there might be birds or insects that come to eat that. So you see farmers around here, they have all kinds of nets and plastic coverings for their grapes, their apples and so on. And we have to know how to protect our minds in the practice and look after them in the right way. Or you can say it's like knowing how to pick up something that's very hot in a kitchen or where there's a fireplace. You have to know how to pick up that hot thing in the right way without getting burnt by it. You have to know the right technique. So practice, we have to learn the right way to do it. Or even when you eat fruit, you don't just eat the whole fruit, do you? Sometimes you have to peel off the rind or the skin, because you don't eat that part. Or take out the seeds or the stem, the different parts you don't want. You have to know the right way to eat fruit. In practice, knowing the right way to practice means knowing how to use your mindfulness, your wisdom, to develop an understanding and peace of mind. The wisdom and understanding that arises from a peaceful mind we call bhavana maya panya. And this kind of wisdom is special because it's free from doubt and uncertainty. The mind is clear in its understanding. That's different from what we call sutta maya panya or citta maya panya. The wisdom, the understanding we get from learning and just thinking about the Dhamma. These are both still what we call lokiya wisdom, worldly wisdom, and are still limited in that sense. They aren't yet able to bring us to complete peace, to free our mind from worldly thinking. But bhavana maya panya, the wisdom that comes from the peaceful mind, is beyond that. It's beyond the ordinary worldly thinking, worldly moods. It's like when you're travelling somewhere, you might say to travel somewhere you've never been before, you need a map so that you can go the right route, the right direction. But perhaps even more important is that you need light. You need to be able to see where you're going, to see the map, see the road. This is even more useful than the map itself. So the light of wisdom from the peaceful mind is like that. It's even better than the roadmap of the other kinds of wisdom, the worldly wisdom. When we practice to develop this wisdom from the peaceful mind, we call it saccita pariyotapana, meaning bringing the mind to completion, to complete purity through developing peace and understanding. And this is the purpose of our practice, is to develop lokuttara panya, the wisdom that transcends the world. To bring our minds to a point where they're free from all unwholesome and dangerous moods and mind states. We have to free ourselves from attachment to sensuality and all the confusion of the sensual realm. If we still have doubts and questions about the practice because of our lack of experience, it means we still won't know the right or the wrong way to practice, what's good and bad. And really it's because we're still intoxicated with the world. We're still infatuated with the senses and their objects. We're still attached to our bodies. People like that, they act as if they're never going to die. They're actually heedless. It's a kind of drunkenness where our mindfulness is not firm. When mindfulness and wisdom are not firm, then all our feelings, thoughts and emotions are still unstable. Our minds can be like we're still in a monsoon storm. So while we are still caught in heedlessness, we must practice to overcome this, to move away from this infatuation with the world and with the senses and their objects. The way of practice is not too difficult for us to understand. It's very straightforward. We have to practice restraint, composure, mindfulness. And from this we develop a mental energy in the practice. The firmer our minds become, the fewer worries we have, the fewer distracted thoughts, and the greater the inner faith and confidence. We'll be able to face every challenge because of this energy that is growing within us. When we don't have any kind of energy from mindfulness or restraint, then we'll always be caught into thoughts and worries, thinking, oh, I can't practice, I'm not good enough, and so on. But when we practice mindfulness, this energy that develops gives us the confidence to face anything. Like somebody who feels confident to lift up anything, not worried about how heavy it seems. The way we develop our sati, our mindfulness, is through the practice of indriya samvara, sense restraint. Meaning when our eyes hear forms, we have mindfulness. When our ears hear sounds, we have mindfulness. Our nose contacts smells, our tongue contacts tastes. Or when our body has contact with feelings of hot, cold, hard and soft, we have mindfulness. Or when our mind itself internally has images and thoughts arising, we have to practice bringing up mindfulness when there's that sense contact. As we practice this, the mind will get stronger. We'll have no fear of any danger that might arise from sense contact. We can face it all with mindfulness and wisdom, contemplating it, and we'll be without suffering or confusion. We will feel strong inside, not worried. For instance, when the weather's cold, we're not concerned. The weather's hot, we're not concerned, because the mind is firm and mindful. Whatever the world brings to us, we can deal with it. So please contemplate this, because this is how we can learn to perform our duty as practitioners in the fullest way.